Now, we've all been there. You find a series that feels like it's going to be a masterpiece. The animation is very crisp. The plot is tight as steel wire. And you're telling everyone you know, this is the one. This is the one that's going to be the one to look out for. This is the next big thing. Then the next season drops, or a few seasons after that drop, where the ending finally arrives, and suddenly it's like watching a high-speed train drive directly into a steel concrete wall. You go, I wasted my time with this. Why did I even do it? Today we're talking about falling off. Whether it's due to poor pacing, a change in studio, or just running out of source material. These are animes that have unfortunately met that falling off period. They could be because filler, they could be because of an ending, an animation change, or just a season 2 that did not live up to the hype as season 1 did. I'm your host, Anime 101. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good YouTube stuff, and let's get into anime falling off. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. The Promised Neverland Season 1 was a psychological thriller masterpiece. It was a prison break meets Pan's Labyrinth. The tension was suffocating. It had the potential to be one of the greats, one of the greatest of all time in the modern age of anime. Where a lot of animes were coming out, this one was paving its own way. This one was going to be the standout of the last 10 years. Then, Season 2 finally happened. A move that still baffles fans. The studio skipped multiple major manga arcs, removed fan-favorite characters, and condensed years of story, plot, and twists and turns into a few episodes, basically. By the time we reached the finale, which was literally a PowerPoint slideshow, essentially, the magic was truly gone. It didn't just fall off. It jumped off a cliff with no parachute and many spikes at the bottom. This hurt a lot of anime fans, let me tell you. This one hurt. But another one is Seven Deadly Sins. Yes, we're going to cover this one. Sometimes the story stays okay, but the eyes can't take it anymore. Seven Deadly Sins was a shonen powerhouse in its prime. But when the production shifted from A1 Pictures to Studio Dean, everything changed. We got the white blood melted character faces and the legendary Meliodas vs. Escanor fight. The battle which fans waited for years and years for, only for it to look like it was drawn on a cocktail napkin during a lunch break. It's hard to stay invested in a legendary battle when the characters look like they're made of Play-Doh. Seven Deadly Sins. As we call it, 7 deadly frames. Then there's Death Note. When I say Death Note, I mean it didn't fall off, but the fans believe it shifted drastically. It didn't feel the same. It didn't feel like it was similar. It felt like a Death Note parallel, you know? Same characters, same premise, but just different feeling. For 25 episodes, it was the greatest game of cat and mouse in media history. But once a certain character exits the stage, L, the dynamic truly shifted. Nier and Mello were smart, sure, but they lacked the personal and basically the characteristics of L and the chemistry that made Light and L had. That was crazy. The tension felt manufactured. And while the ending was still iconic, the middle stretch felt like a chore to get through. It's the classic case of a story reaching its natural peak and refusing to stop, or refusing to have the falling action, to get to that end. It felt like they were trying to keep that prime era at climax. They're trying to stretch it, but it did not work in the end. Then there's another one. Oof. This one's more of an uphill, downhill. And that is the filler Abyss, which series like Naruto, Bleach, and others have fallen for. Can't talk about falling off without mentioning the big 3 filler traps. Naruto and Bleach are truly legendary, but their pacing issues are historic. Imagine being in the middle of a literal world war and suddenly the anime cuts to a 20 to 40 episode filler, which is like, oof. Kills the momentum. Many fans drop these shows not because the story was bad, but because the wait for the story was unbearable. Now, here's another one. High School DxD. The first 3 seasons were crisp. Granted, season 3 did follow a bit of a different path. It diverged a bit from the light novel, which unfortunately led to, some problems, some pacing issues, and other things. But that was not the biggest thing that the fans disliked. It was the drastic shift from studios. Now, the first 3 seasons of High School DxD are some of the most crisp, clean, and iconic animations in history. The way they made Rias, Akano, the girls, the fight scenes, the dragons felt crisp, clean, and refined. But then season 4 happened. Drastically shifted the balance of the animation. Characters look almost watery. Characters don't look as crisp. They feels like it's been dipped in water. And fans didn't really like that. And also how season 4 needed to correct this stuff that happened in season 3 by basically retconning it all. They had to go back. We went back to the Juggernaut Drive of Issei and stuff like that. Which, it's not a bad thing that they had to correct, but the drastic shift in animation made it feel less of an anime and more of a low-budget, third world studio schmetai, I'll say. But yeah, the story wasn't bad. The characters were not bad at all. But it's just the drastic shift in studio made many fans just say, yeah, season 4 is bad. I'm like, season 4 follows the source material a lot more than season 3 did, but the way the animation just shifted, the fans could not get behind. But that's another topic of discussion for another day. So, why does this hurt so much? Because we care about these characters. We love these characters. We eat, breathe, sleep for these characters. It's like, oh yeah, tomorrow I'll watch a few more episodes, and that'll get you through the day. We saw the potential in these shows. Falling off is a sign of a show that reached for the stars but couldn't keep it in its grips. But hey, even if the ending was a mess for certain shows, even if the animation changed drastically, and even if the story just cut out a lot of major segments, we'll always have those legendary episodes that we know, we remember, and we love. Which anime do you think fell off the hardest? There's a good amount out there. I know someone's going to say, oh, AOT fell off. The ending was great. It wasn't perfect by any of the means necessary. It was not perfect, but it was great. It felt like a natural end to it. The cycle is still going on, cycle of violence and stuff, but yes, it could have been better. Now, was it Tokyo Ghoul that fell off? Wonder Egg parody? Promised Neverland? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next episodes. I'm your host, Anime 101, signing off. See you guys next time, and have a fantastic day.